The night was deep. Darkness filled my small room. Outside, the rain did not stop. It had been falling since afternoon. A steady, mournful sound, like the sky itself was crying. Each drop hit the window pane. A tiny, tapping reminder of my aloneness. The world outside seemed to match the world inside me, grey and very, very wet with sadness. I sat on the edge of my bed. My blanket was pulled around me, but I still felt cold. A chill seeped into my bones. It wasn't just the room temperature. It was a coldness from within. Her words echoed in my mind. It's over. Just like that. So simple. So final. The sound of the rain seemed to whisper her name. Or maybe I was just imagining it. My head hurt. The shadows in my room danced. They twisted into strange shapes. Sometimes I thought I saw her face in them. A fleeting smile. A disappointed frown. My thoughts were a tangled mess. Why did this happen? What did I do wrong? Questions swirled like the autumn leaves outside. But there were no answers. Only a hollow ache in my chest. A constant dull pain. It was there when I woke up. It stayed with me all day. And now, in the lonely night, it felt even stronger. Her laughter used to fill this room. Now, only silence and the rain remained. I remembered her smile. Bright, like sunshine after a storm. Now the memory itself was a storm. It brought fresh waves of sadness. I remembered holding her hand, warm, soft. Now my own hands felt empty, clumsy, useless. How could something so good just disappear? How could feelings change so quickly? It felt like a dream. A very bad dream I couldn't wake up from. My throat felt tight. The room felt haunted. Not by actual ghosts, but by memories. Everywhere I looked, something reminded me of her. The small keychain she gave me, lying on my desk. The silly drawing we made together, tucked into a book. My eyes scanned the room, searching for something. Anything. A distraction. A way out of this spiral. They landed on my desk, underneath a pile of schoolbooks, a forgotten notebook. It was new, unused. I bought it weeks ago. For class notes, I think. I had forgotten all about it. Now it seemed to call to me. A blank space in a world full of painful memories. I got up slowly. My legs felt stiff, like an old man's legs. I walked to the desk, picked up the notebook. The cover was plain. A dark blue, cool to the touch. I opened it. The pages were crisp, white, empty. Not a single mark on them. So different from my mind, which was crowded and messy and dark. For a moment I just stared at the blankness. It felt strangely calming. Why did I pick it up? I didn't know. I never kept a diary before. The idea seemed silly for other people. The pen touched the paper. A small, hesitant dot of black, then another. Slowly a word formed, then another. My handwriting was shaky, unsure. Like a child learning to write for the first time. The first few words were hard. So hard. They felt heavy, laden with all the sadness I carried. I wrote her name. It looked strange on the empty page. So final. The words started to come a little easier then. Short sentences, fragments of thoughts. She left today. It hurts so much. I don't understand why. The ink flowed from the pen, dark, like the feelings pouring out of me. Each letter I formed was a small release. A tiny piece of the burden lifted. It wasn't much, but it was something. The rain continued its rhythm outside, a soundtrack to my secret confession. I wasn't thinking about grammar or spelling or making sense. I just wrote whatever came into my head. The raw, unfiltered truth of my pain, the confusion, the anger. As I wrote, memories started to surface. Not just the bad ones, but the good ones too. And those somehow hurt even more. I remembered the day we met, the nervous laughter, the shy smiles. It felt like a lifetime ago, a different world, a world where the sun always seemed to be shining. I wrote about that day, trying to capture the feeling, the hope, the excitement. Then came other memories. walking in the park, sharing secrets, late-night phone calls, her silly jokes, the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about her dreams. The more I wrote, the more the emotions seemed to churn. It was like a dam had broken. All the feelings I'd been holding back, suppressing, denying, they all came rushing out. Anger. Why did she do this? Why didn't she talk to me? Frustration. At myself, at her, at the whole unfair situation. These feelings were ugly, confusing, but I wrote them down anyway, uncensored. The rain outside seemed to get heavier, matching the storm inside me. The wind howled softly, like a distant cry. My hand ached from gripping the pen so tightly, but I couldn't stop. It felt like if I stopped, all the pain would surge back, drown me. So I kept writing, page after page, the words tumbling out, sometimes coherent, sometimes just a jumble of feelings, a torrent of unspoken words. Tears started to fall onto the paper, mixing with the black ink, creating smudges, little rivulets of sorrow. I didn't try to stop them. They were part of the story, part of the release. It felt like the diary was absorbing my pain, soaking it up. After what felt like hours, my hand finally slowed. The torrent of words dwindled to a trickle. I looked at what I had written. Several pages filled with my messy scrawl, with my pain, my confusion, my memories. It was all there, spilled out, no longer trapped inside me. The room was still dark. The rain still fell, but something felt different, subtly different. A tiny bit of the weight on my chest seemed to have lifted, not gone, not by a long shot, but lighter, as if sharing the burden had made it easier to carry. The act of writing, of giving form to the formless ache. It had done something. I didn't feel happy or healed, but I felt a little less overwhelmed, a little less alone with my thoughts. The diary now held them. I read over a few lines, my own words. Before tonight, the silence was deafening. It amplified every sad thought, every painful memory. It was a companion to my loneliness. But now the silence felt different, less oppressive. The pages of the diary were filled with my words, my voice. Even though I hadn't spoken them aloud, they existed. They had broken the silence within me, the silence that had been choking me. I realized how much I'd been holding inside. So many unspoken words, so many unexpressed emotions. I had built a wall around my heart, trying to protect it, but the wall had also trapped everything inside. The diary had given me a way to dismantle that wall, brick by brick, word by word. It was a safe space, a place where I could be completely honest, without fear of judgment. The simple act of writing, pen to paper. It was a connection. The rain outside had softened. Now it was a gentle patter, less mournful, more like a lullaby. The deepest part of the night was passing. I still felt tired, emotionally drained, but there was a sense of accomplishment too. I had faced some of the darkness. I had put it into words. I had taken a small step. The first page of this journey had been turned. This diary was more than just paper and ink. It was a testament to a difficult moment, a record of my struggle, and hopefully, a record of my healing. It was the beginning of a new habit, a new way of dealing with things. I never thought I'd be a diary person, but life had a funny way of surprising you. Sometimes the things you least expect become the things you need the most. The path ahead was still unclear. Healing from heartbreak takes time. I knew that. There would be more bad days, more tears, more moments of overwhelming sadness. But now, I had a place to put them, a place to explore them, a way to try and make sense of them.